Hi, it's Abby again, and I'm doing my videos once again, as usual, and this week I'm going to be talking about relapse and recovery, and you guys actually voted on my poll. What is this madness? I got a whopping 16 votes. Yeah, 16. You guys really need to step up. I had 37 views and 16 votes. So you guys need to go to my blog and vote every week because it really helps me figure out what you guys need me to talk about and what helps you the most, because I know what helps me the most, but I'm not making videos for me, I'm making videos for you. So in the future, vote. So aside from reaming my viewers for not voting on my polls and not loving me like they very much should, I am going to talk about relapse and recovery this week because I got the most votes and I think it's an important topic. It's a really relevant thing right now because everyone who has a disorder or an addiction, they go through relapse and recovery. And if you don't and you just go through recovery, well, that's frickin' pro. High five for you. But most of us go through relapses. Now, what it is when you decide that you're going to recover, you start going through the process of talking yourself through it and figuring out what behaviors it is that you're going to try to stop using, such as purging, restricting food, cutting, drinking, using drugs, etc. There's different stages of relapse that I've been researching because I figured it'd be better to look online rather than just go from my experiences, because all I knew is I relapsed. I didn't realize that there was stages of it, and there's stages of relapse there's I believe there's emotional relapse, which is when you start getting into the early stages of behaviors such as having panic attacks, sleeping a lot, withdrawing from people, that sort of thing. And then there's mental relapses, where you start thinking about the behavior and you start dwelling on it. Like, you have a mental war whether you want to do your behavior or use, and it becomes a debate. And the more you think about it, the more you want to. At least that's my experience with self-injury. Like, if you dwell on your weight with eating disorders, you'll get around to weighing yourself, and then that weighs on you, and then you begin to start restricting and purging again. It's a mental breakdown in the second stage of it. And then finally there's a physical relapse, where you use or you start engaging in your behaviors again, and then that's the initial relapse that when we realize we are relapsing. There are different signs that may indicate that you're going to relapse. Of course, it's different for everyone. Everyone has a different sign, so to speak, that indicates everyone will relapse. Everyone has different personalities. But most generally, what people see happens when people relapse, doctors and other certified adults, I suppose, have put together this list that I found online that I think it covers most of it. Your thoughts keep turning to dieting and food, such as stress eating, emotionally not eating, restricting and emotional eating. You've been dishonest with friends and family about your recovery, or dishonest about how you're feeling. The iconic "I'm fine, I'm just tired" dishonesty. You feel as you have no outlet for the stress, hopeless, or wondering what you're going to do with your life. You diet and exercise to look good rather than healthy. Friends or family indicate that your self-image is inaccurate. Overwhelming sense of guilt or shame. Isolate yourself or engage in increasingly secretive behaviors. Holding contempt for people who are overweight or don't eat well. A lot of these have to do with eating disorders, actually, that I noticed. But oftentimes you're not going to see that this is happening to you because you don't realize that this is what's happening. Your family sees it and your friends see that you're acting different, but you're so numb to your own feelings that you don't realize that's where you're going. And if you can't save yourself before your relapse, you're going to have to pick up from that. And I'm going to tell you how to do that, hopefully. It's been a while since I relapsed, but I'm going to try. So, I have 2 parts left in this video, one of which is how to stop a relapse before it happens, and 2, how to pick yourself up after a relapse, because it is okay to relapse. It's completely natural, so I'm not going to relapse shame you. So when you're starting into a relapse and you're actually catching yourself and you're noticing that you're on a steady downfall again, the best thing to do is sit down and think. Now that's you're probably thinking this is the worst thing for you, and I'm already thinking this may be a bad idea to tell you to think, because thinking is bad. But sometimes if you have a positive outlook on your recovery, you're going to be able to think through it in a good way, not a bad way, because sometimes when you think through it and then you think yourself into an even worse place. Guilty. Okay, so you can think through it, and you'll be able to walk through what happens every time you relapse and where you were when you originally started in your disorder or your behaviors and why you're wanting to recover, and you'll be able to play a memory tape through almost and know exactly where this is going to go. You won't control your use, and you'll continue to do it. You'll continue to restrict, continue to purge, continue to cut, and you'll be disappointed in yourself after. You know you're not going to feel better after. You're going to feel better during, and then after you're going to be disappointed and upset with yourself. So if that doesn't work, call a friend, a really trusted friend, or if you have a Tumblr is great for that. Go to your favorite follower and send them an ask telling them that you have an urge to use, and everyone will bombard you with love, because that's how Tumblr is. We love everyone. Distract yourself, play guitar, draw, go for a run, do something that distracts you from your behavior. Wait 30 minutes. This is actually one of the Anna Mia rules for eating disorder. If you're hungry, wait 30 minutes and it'll go away. Well, I'm going to tell you the opposite. Well, not for eating disorders. This is a terrible thing for eating disorders, but for like self-injury and like drug abuse behaviors, wait 30 minutes from when you really want to, and you'll probably just forget about it. Hopefully. I've never been addicted to drugs, but I know if you just let it go for about half an hour with self-injury, you kind of forget about it and the feeling dies away. And most of all, take recovery one day at a time. Don't think, oh, one day I went without my behavior, it's not recovery. It's another day. I know I used to track my recovery in days. I used to count it up and post it on Facebook and Tumblr, and you just have to take it day by day, and if you have one day off, you had an off day. Just start back up again, and you just have to take it one day at a time. Take little recovery wins, as I like to call them. Going through a stressful situation and not feeling the urge to cut. Going to a bakery and picking up something loaded with calories and being able to eat it, or getting whole milk instead of non-fat in your cappuccino. Just little recovery wins that you can tell people. And it's recovery. It's progress, but it's still something great. So stay strong, everyone. So basically what I'm saying is you have to take the good and the bad, and you're going to have some days that just suck. Like, you're not even going to think that recovery is worth it, and I've seen people on Tumblr say that. They're like, I don't even know why I'm trying anymore. You're trying because you're trying to get healthier and trying to be better and better yourself, and it's just what you need to do in order to survive and not just exist and have a good life. You have to get better, so you're just going to have to take the shitty days with the good days, and just take your little recovery wins as they come, and as your little recoveries build up, you'll get bigger recoveries, and eventually you'll be years clean, and you'll be amazed at how far you've come, and I can't wait till that happens for you guys. So I guess in the end, you just gotta stay strong and talk to people, because people are who get you through everything. I know if I didn't have my husband and my followers on Tumblr, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So thanks to you guys, and thanks to my husband. So guys, that's it. And hopefully you guys will keep watching. I know my videos kind of are, I hope they're helpful, but I feel like they're not. I feel like I'm just repeating things you already know. But give me some comments. Tell me what your little recovery wins have been and how you guys have been successful in the past few days. I hope you guys are doing good, and see you next week.